Hi everybody, and welcome to this brief morning yoga sequence. This is a really nice practice for those kind of dark winter mornings when it's a little bit harder to get energized and to get up and get started in your day. Please note that it begins with a breathing exercise that is not suitable if you are pregnant. So please don't practice it if you are pregnant. And it creates a lot of digestive heat. So if you already have a lot of that, or if you have any gut issues, any bowel issues such as IBS or colitis, please practice with caution. And we'll start it seated. So it's always nice, I find, to have a cushion or a brick just underneath your sit bones so you feel a little bit more lifted and we can start to awaken the spine a bit. So this is my favorite pranayama, and the name for it in Sanskrit is Kapalbhati, and this actually means shining skull breath. And what's happening is we're pumping the stomach, the belly button to the spine in quite quick succession. And that's stimulating the production of serotonin, which is of course that feel-good hormone that we need for both physical and mental wellness. So that's the kind of idea of shining this light of serotonin up to our brain. So just resting your hands comfortably. And let's just take a normal breath here. So inhaling through your nose, filling all the way up, and exhaling either out the mouth or out the nose, whichever you prefer. Empty out tension from the shoulders, the jaw, the hips. One more like that. And we'll start our first round. We're going to do 3 in total. Take an inhale to about 80% of your lung capacity, and then begin to pump the breath out the nose. 10 more if you can. Let the breath go. Take a couple normal rounds of breath there. Notice how that felt. Notice if you had a tendency to want to rush it. We try to keep it regular. So if you're going a little faster than me, that's okay. If you're going slower than me, that's great. Just try to keep it regular. Second round. In breath to about 80% of your lungs, and begin. So passive inhale, active exhale, belly button drawing to spine. 10 more if you can. If you need to stop before that, please do. 5 more. Normal breath. Last round. Adding a few more on, but please don't feel pressure to do all of them. Inhale, 80%. And begin. Try not to let your shoulders draw up. Try and keep the movement just in the diaphragm. So belly button pulling to spine, creating that lovely current of serotonin. If your nose starts to run, hey, that's okay. This is a kriya, it's purifying. Maybe a tissue nearby is useful. 10 more. And finish. And just pause, either with the eyes soft or closed completely, and just notice. That can be a pretty powerful pranayama, breathing exercise. Extension of prana is the full translation of pranayama. So prana being life force. So we're literally drawing out, increasing that potent life force within us. So great for when we're feeling lower on energy. So we're going to start to now take some Sufi rolls. So have your palms facing down, just kind of on the knees. And we're just going to literally start to roll in nice big circles around this kind of imagined midline of energy. So we move forward, side, back, other side, forward. Please don't feel self-conscious about how you look doing this. And as long as you feel that there is this rolling going on, like barreling the belly, it doesn't matter how it looks. You can close your eyes if you like, go the opposite direction. And just enjoy getting pretty intimate with your body here. So just feeling into the edges of the body and just kind of feeling into that sphere of energy you have around you, change directions again. And we're just massaging our spine here, which not only is so great for our own physical comfort, but also the nervous system change again. The nervous system originates in our spine, so the more we can free that up, the better we can balance it and set ourselves up nicely for the day. Take that movement into stillness, and again, just pause and notice, observe what you feel. Breathe into what you feel. Feel an inner smile, maybe an outer smile as well. If it comes naturally, allow it, enjoy it. And then let's start to make our way onto the hands and the knees. Moving your prop out to the side. If you're using a brick, or you have bricks, always have those handy. You never know where you might need them. And then just walk your hands a little forward of your shoulders. We don't need to do cat-cows here because we've already moved the spine quite nicely. So as you come into that downward facing dog, just start to move your legs, bending one knee, extending the other. And just start to find stillness here in your downward dog. Now walk your feet wide as your mat. And bend your knees and come high onto the balls of your feet. Now push the ground away with the hands. And take a nice big inhale, filling all the way up. And exhale out the mouth. Keep pushing, 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 lifting the tailbone high. Now let's add a lion's breath to the exhale, which is a so as you inhale, round the shoulders, fill up with breath. Exhale. One more time, inhale. Exhale. And at the end of that breath, you can start to straighten your legs, bring the feet back to hips distance apart, shake it off in whichever way you need. And if you inhale, take your right leg up to the side, three-legged dog. Bend the knee, open the hip, yawn it open, yawn the whole right side body open, but keep that left side strong so we don't collapse. We're holding ourselves in softness and strength. We extend the right leg and then just step your right foot between your hands. Lower the left knee to the ground, toes untucked. Reach your arms up. And now you're going to bend your left elbow, catch the hold of the elbow with the right hand. Just create a nice stretch for the tricep there. And as you enjoy opening into the shoulders, can you keep your front ribs quite soft, but lift the heart so you get a nice stretch and an opening. Inhaling here. And exhale, release it. Take the hands down. Step the right foot back, downward facing dog. Inhale, take your left leg up. And again, just yawn the whole side of the body open. Feel that left meridian, that left hemisphere nice and yawning and wide. And then realign, step the left foot between the hands, lower the right knee. And then reach the arms up. Bend the right elbow, catch a hold of it with your left hand. Create that nice tricep stretch. Inhaling. And again, as you lift the chest there, just to your own degree, try not to flare the ribs. So we keep those contained, we keep our core strong. And then release it. And this time, just bring that left knee back. Come onto hands and knees. And then tuck your toes under here. And now you're going to lift the knees just an inch. So notice the heat. Notice where you have to press. So it's a little bit now challenging, but we welcome heat. Heat is good. It makes us burn through that heaviness of winter, that heaviness of low moods. We welcome and embrace the heat. Take one more inhale. And then exhale, lift your hips, downward facing dog. And then from there, walk the feet again as wide as your mat. Toes turn out a little bit this time. And you're going to slowly walk your hands back and start to bend the knees. Now, as it's early in the morning, and if you are doing this practice in the morning, let's take our time with this squat, this malasana. So notice how I'm not coming all the way down. I'm actually easing myself into it. So you can even sort of bend one knee, straighten the other, get a little bit lower. And then what we're going to do is actually just place the hands to the front of the ankles. So you go to your own degree with the depth of the sit bones, but keep a sense of lengthening the chest. Notice how you feel perhaps a little bit more supported, especially if your ankles tend to buckle a bit. Take an inhale here. And then as you exhale, just fold forward. The legs don't have to go all the way straight. Inhale, bend the knees. Keep your hands on your ankles the whole time, if possible. Exhale, you can always draw them up the shins a bit if that's better for when you fold. Two more like this. Inhaling. And exhaling. One more, inhaling. And exhaling. Now, just take your fingertips to the ground, shuffle the feet back to hips distance, and then walk the hands out, come back into your downward facing dog. Take a nice big inhale. Exhale, let some sound come out if you like. Sigh, release, release. And again, inhaling. And exhaling. Feel that cooling ground beneath you, that nice fire in the belly. As you inhale, you're going to take your right leg up. As you exhale, draw your right knee to your chest, step the foot through. Do the same with the left foot, front of the mat. Separate the feet, hips distance, bend your knees, catch your elbows, and just allow yourself to sway there. So shaking off any heaviness, any tightness in the spine, any kind of maybe habits you've picked up or just things in your spine, your back, your neck from sleeping funny, just let it shake off. And then just let go of your elbows. Bend the knees even more, roll super slowly up the spine. Feel that building of energy. So not only are the vertebrae of the spine stacking, but the chakras are building and balancing until you reach the top crown of the head. And just let the chest be open. Keep the eyes closed here and just start to rock the weight gently back and forward. And so just feeling the ground beneath you is such a powerful thing for physical grounding and alignment, but also for that emotional grounding as well. And then as you start to feel that point of balance, just allow yourself to be still and just stand here strong, empowered, supported, ready for the day. Take a big breath in and exhaling. Inhale, lift the arms up, lift the chest, stretch the belly. And then as you exhale, folding forward, you can stroke the hands down the backs of the legs. It has a nice way of pacifying anxiety in our nervous system. Take the hands to the ground, step back your right foot, then step back your left foot. Lower both knees to the ground. Now have your hands a little forward of your shoulders. So you're in a kind of preparing for puppy pose, for heart melting pose. As you inhale, round the shoulders. And as you exhale, keep the hands and the knees where they are, arch the spine, hands a little further forward. Same thing again. Inhale, round the shoulders, chin to chest. And then exhale this time, let everything come down. So I always think the forehead is better to have on the ground than the chin, even if you are quite flexible. I just think it might be happier for the neck. So let's go for that option. And another thing you can do if you are feeling a bit heavy at the moment energetically is come onto the fingertips and really actively work through the arms. Breathe. Just let every cell of the body vibrate with your breath. It's this incredible alchemy we have within us, this power of the breath. And then you're going to slide all the way onto the belly. So lift the head, come through, and just make for a moment a pillow with the hands. Rest the forehead, or you can rest an ear down. Rock the hips. And just feel into what is. So noticing how as you lay on your belly, there's a chance to breathe into the back body. So soothing those back muscles and also just enlivening the spine a little bit more, imagining it shimmering with all that energy. Now come up onto your forearms and walk them in a little bit closer so you feel like you've got a nice structure. Leave your right forearm down. You're going to take your left hand off to the side and bend up the left knee. Reach around with that left hand, and your option 1 is to take a hold outside of the foot. Option 2, maybe go inside the foot. And then continue to press down with that right forearm and lift the chest, open the heart space as you draw that left foot closer in. Only to your degree, so you don't need to kind of, no pain in the knee. And please keep your right leg, which is extended, active, so the whole body is engaged. This is how we really enliven things, by just bringing everything into that feeling of wholeness. Release that left leg, switch sides. Left forearm takes that supportive position, and then just bend up the right knee. And again, just catch the foot here is fine. If your foot is not particularly close, please don't worry. You'll be feeling this stretch in your quad, your right quad. And that's what we want. Notice the asymmetry and just accept that that's very, very normal. Try not to push anything that feels tender or a little bit tight. Remember, you are waking up. Release. And now this time, just keep your chest lifted, reach the arms back, palms face down, but actually let's dome the palms a bit. And start to lift the legs, lift the chest. Now here you can feel that your belly is getting a massage on the ground. Again, we want to massage that area because of course that is where the serotonin is being produced. Now you can stay here in your supported Shalabhasana, or you can lift the arms. Some people like interlacing of the fingers. If you want to catch a hold of your feet and lift the thighs, and taking it into Dhanurasana, but please take care of your back. Main thing here is to massage the belly. So if you've got Dhanurasana, maybe take a little rock, side to side, forward and back, but just to your own degree. Just make sure you're breathing wherever you are. And you could of course be here, Shalabhasana, you could be using the support of the ground. One more breath. And then release it. Place your ear down, let your arms relax, rock the hips, sigh. Feel the comfort of lying on the earth. Notice your breathing. Feel the beating of your heart on the earth as well. So those things are just so helpful for just bringing us back to our center. And then all you're going to do from here is just press yourself back into a child's pose. And then from your child's pose, slowly, slowly coming up to kneeling. Keep the eyes closed if you can. And then you're just going to reach your arms wide, fingers active, palms open. And just start to play with a feeling of energy between the hands. So can you feel it here? Maybe not. But what happens if you then bring the hands a bit closer towards one another? And then can you pulsate it out again? And you can move this in any way you like. You can kind of go closer and then experiment with stretching. But ultimately start to recognize that where this energy center is the heart space. So we're moving around that compassionate and courageous heart. So just enjoying this pulse until eventually maybe you feel ready to let the hands come together. Maybe they just hover and you already feel that energetic exchange from left to right. Or maybe you settle them together and call in an intention for your day. So we do the intention at the end of this practice because we want to set it for the yoga that's now, which we continue to do off of the mat. Thank you so much. I hope you enjoyed it.